So JJ signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Sounds like a 2-year deal, good amount of money up front. Nick, how do you what are you thoughts on the signing with JJ Watt?
I mean, obviously, initially, I'm sad that he didn't join the Packers, but the 15 million price tag was a little bit higher than what the Packers would have been able to do. They were probably looking more for 10 to 12 million. But for the Arizona Cardinals themselves, I think it's a great fit. They really are doubling down, saying in the next 2 years, we're going to be in contention, hopefully, for a Super Bowl. They underachieved, I think, a little bit last year from where we thought they would be, and they kind of fiddled off at the end of the year, which was kind of disappointing. That also Chandler Jones was missing. That
And
defense,
Isaiah
that
Simmons,
pass
they didn't
rush,
have all year.
yeah, and he's also struggled a little bit, and he'll get better as in his second year, I'm sure. So that defense has a chance to is going to be a lot better if as long as JJ Watt and Chandler Jones are healthy. And I'm guessing that this year they might make the step. They're still such a tough division that it's like all four of those teams cannot make the playoffs. Probably only two of them will. And the Rams are so good. The Seahawks obviously have Russell Wilson, and they have a very good roster. And then the 49ers are coming back. So they're going to be in a really interesting position. So I don't know if this is like a Super Bowl contender move, but for a franchise that wants to just get back to the playoffs for the first time in like 6 or 7 years, I really like the move, and that defensive front looks scary.
Yeah, assuming the pieces can stay healthy, I think it's maybe not. It puts them in the conversation, and they're going to get in that playoff spot, and maybe might be able to make a run. It's going to depend on Kyler and all those weapons, and just the healthiness of the offense and the defense.
Yeah.
But what do you think of was it Chandler Jones who tweeted out a picture of Russ getting sacked and said something like
Yeah.
had
I
the
mean,
eye emojis or whatever. It was just him like poor guy or
watch
something.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, the pass rushers in that division are insane. And, basically the Cardinals have just had Chandler Jones for the last handful of years, but you had JJ Watt alongside that. I mean, he had a slight down year last year, but he didn't have anyone else alongside of him. If both of those two guys are healthy for the next couple of years, they probably should make the playoffs. Assuming that Kyler takes another small step up, doesn't need to be too big, but that offense, unless Cliff Kingsbury really runs it into the ground there, they should be in playoff contention. And so I'm excited for that franchise. Obviously, I love them so much. And so it is cool. If he wasn't going to go to the Packers, I think that's a really good team for him to go to. And
Yeah.
that
Cards,
front is
Browns
scary.
were the teams I was kind of
Does
hoping for.
does this affect what Russell Wilson, what his camp is doing? Like, is he just like, I got to get out of this division?